Hi everybody. For this presentation we are going to talk about Britannico. Company description. It was founded over 80 years ago by the British Peruvian Cultural Association. It's one of the most solid English teaching organizations in the country. It has modern infrastructure and high demand academic programs. Their main idea is that institutional development should go hand in hand with community development, and they own a social responsibility program that offers different initiatives to look for a better education through the English language.
Main service description. Britannica offers many services, among them are English courses, international certifications, virtual programs, and others. However, the main service is to teach English classes. Also to know the previous knowledge of the entrant, he or she must take some tests. Between them are reading, speaking, listening, and writing. The levels that Britannica have is junior, basic, intermediate, and advanced.
Kind of service. Receiver. The recipients are all people who want to learn a new language and at the same time have a quality instruction. Britannico has programs for all age and also offers them an extensive library with content in English, as well as other services that go beyond teaching, such as festivals and the theaters. The nature of the service. The nature of the service action offered by Britannico is a service direct to the people's mind and is composed of intangible actions and people. On the other hand, the core of the service is education. It provides its clients with the knowledge of the English language as well as different certifications that support their education.
Customer feedback management. Motives of complaint. There are many tasks that both Britannica and other companies have had to virtualize. We were able to rescue three of the main problems that were presented as complaints in the form of their Facebook page. The delivery of physical or virtual books, poor customer service via web, and that some of the teachers refuse to teach beyond what is on the book, and strategies to win back the service. Britannica should improve customer service. In case the customer has problems receiving the books, they should make them aware that they have the option to receive it virtually the same day of the purchase. Likewise, they should have enough trained personnel to meet customer demand and be present when they require it. Finally, they should evaluate the teachers through students who are the ones who are constantly closer to them.
Relational strategic planning. Situational analysis. Demographic factors. The first group are people between 3 to 15 years old, in which all of them are still in school or high school, and their parents are aware of the importance of implementing a second language to their knowledge, because of the great impact in their future development and career. The second group are people between 16 and 29 years old, for those whom are throwing themselves into the business world, and because of their superior knowledge from universities, they have a clear vision of what the English language can do to their curriculum and their professional field. Political factors. This is bounded by the political regime of the country when it comes to the legal laws, which implicate the free will of the private business and sectors. In Peru, the political method applied since 1992 is privatization. Economic factors. In Peru, the economic method is capitalism, which implicates competitive market and freedom of company. This means that in the market there are many options that people can choose from, and competition and people are demanding according to their needs to buy those items or merchandise. Environmental factors. The pandemic spread in 2020 has made a significant change in the business community. Nowadays, there have been at least 1.5 million positive cases for the virus COVID-19 in the country. Technological factors. Technological advances are always innovating the way people obtain information through the internet. Business must renew themselves in order to avoid losing interest in their market and lose current customers. And finally, cultural factors. Peruvian citizens are constantly looking for new ways of improvement and requirements for them to open up new possibilities on an international level. Second language gives them an upper hand amongst the rest of the people trying to get into the business field as them. Analysis SWOT. Strengths. It owns a website for students to make transactions and other kind of activities. It has an implemented program of Zoom to give lessons. It has a good organizational culture between the employees and a great team of marketing and publicities. Weaknesses. It needs to make improvements in the sales distribution areas. Facilities are not being used, which means loss of profit. And it has facilities located only in the capital, and in other two districts, it just has one building. Opportunities. Confinement allows target people from abroad via website, and due to the pandemic, the company can save expenses in personnel to work in the facilities. And last but not least, threats. Technological improvements allow institutions from abroad to target Peruvian citizens, and political interests might affect the institution's entity. Determination of the activity of the company. Britannica's mission is: we are a non-profit institution which promotes cultural exchange between Peru and the Great Britain through the learning of the English language, and the development of cultural activities that prioritize a contemporary British approach. The company also constantly gives the public the message that learning and dominating the language of English gives you a much more vast variety of opportunities in different fields of studying, business, and personal growth all around the globe.
My name is Joaquin, and I'm going to talk about relational goals. First, objectives. Increase the number of students by 50% in the next 2 years, improving the quality of teaching and experience within the classes. Departments involved, all departments, but especially human resources, in order to capture the best English teacher in the market. And on the other hand, we have the marketing area in order to have the widest possible coverage. Then, quantification, reassessment of current teachers, and establish more rigorous tests for future teachers. In addition to this, they must have certain attributes such as proactivity, responsibility, and good interpersonal relationships. Finally, incorporate quarterly training in order for our teacher to stay up to date with the latest news and updates. And finally, tracing. There will be a monthly follow-up, conducting satisfaction surveys with students, supervision and monitoring of the classes and exams to teachers.
Scope of the relational strategy. To achieve the relational strategy, Britannico must know that the changes that may be good for the company are not necessarily good for the customers. It is equally important that the main customers feel valuable as those who are not yet. So, to differentiate, we must establish goals focused on customer relationships that are with Britannico from the most basic level and general goals in which all business units are involved.
Defining strategies. With the pandemic, we had to change our way of learning and we entered the virtual world. To move to this world began to appear a large of numbers of companies that teach English. But the problem is that some companies began to scam or say that they provide a good service, but it was not. So then the users now have a lot of distrust with these types of companies. This is why Britannico needs to increase the level of the trust among its customers. This can be done through their social networks like Instagram and Facebook. They should also show certificates that represent that they are a legally registered company in Peru. Other thing is show who their teachers are and how many years of experience they have. Other strategy is implement loyalty programs through rewards such as programs that say that for each referral you bring, we will give you a 50% discount on your English course. These loyalty programs always bring great benefits for a lot of companies. The last one is that we know that not all the people who enroll in these courses complete the course for multiple reasons. It could be that they no longer have the economic possibilities to continue, or they don't like the teaching, or they don't have enough time. This is why the company must increase engagement, and this can be achieved from interaction through social networks. Combination of tactics. The first tactic to use are sweepstakes and surveys on social networks. When this is done, we get a result, a great interaction of our customers and potential customers. You can also ask what they like about Britannico that would improve, what schedules they prefer, if they like the programs they have. Also, do sweepstakes cruises, maybe raffle free cycle or raffle books. The goal is to get customers to have a great response to the brand. Another tactic is to place value content on social networks that allows us to connect or attract the attention of our customers. You can also do marketing email campaigns. Finally, you should collect testimonials from students and alumni where they tell how their experience has been learning in Britannico, how it has benefited them, and how it has changed their lives. These testimonials will help Britannico to put in their social networks so that external users can have an idea of what it's like to study in this academy.
For the loyalty program, we are developed a program called Tus Notas Te Llevan de Viaje. Basically, it's about creating profile for each student who attend in any level with the institute, where their qualification are the scores to exchange to discount vouchers to trips to London. Basically, how we can see in the chart, the obtained scoring system is a minimum grade to 25 points will be analyzed for each student. Therefore, only the student who obtained a minimum 24 is the final grade of the cycle, we able to obtain a discount according to the exams. The implementation of the CRM system of Britannico is basically V2C to the end customers, B2V through workers of certain company with an agreement with Britannico, and also network as a virtual communities. The Britannico ecosystem is meant to all sales processes, speaker identity, communication technology support, and finally the flexibility to schedule events.